How is it that peptides can regenerate aging organs, reverse cellular aging, cure diseases once deemed incurable, and elevate human performance to superhuman levels, yet barely anyone knows about them? For decades, Big Pharma has buried this knowledge. Why? Because as long as you're dependent on their pills and symptom-masking treatments, you're a lifetime customer, not by choice, but because they've made sure you have no other option. But here's the truth. The science is out there, and the transformations happening right now are leaving even the most initially skeptical doctors shocked. I'm Brenden Henry, former biomedical engineer and world's leading expert in peptide science. I founded the Peptide Science Institute in scientific augmentation, where I compiled the most comprehensive peptide resources online. For years, I've been on the front lines of peptide science, studying, testing, and applying these breakthroughs to achieve what many consider impossible: reversing aging markers, restoring brain function, even in late-stage Alzheimer's, curing autoimmune diseases, and unlocking extraordinary physical and mental performance. So why haven't you heard about this in the mainstream? Because Big Pharma suppresses this information by literally controlling the government and the media. Did you know, in 2020 alone, over 67% of Congress cashed checks from Big Pharma? Big Pharma isn't interested in a lot of peptides because most can't be patented, and if they can't be patented, Big Pharma doesn't make a profit. So instead, they invest more in marketing than in research, while flooding the market with less effective and even dangerous drugs that are infinitely more profitable because they keep you hooked for life. Remember when they pushed the COVID-19 pandemic? But they didn't tell you the truth, that these vaccines downregulated genes responsible for DNA repair and cancer protection, contributing to a surge in cancer rates we've never seen before. If you're wondering, some peptides can even reverse these gene expression changes. Here's how. By binding to specific regions in your DNA, they unlock your gene's ability to express themselves in the most beneficial way possible. These peptides, known as bioregulators, are completely naturally derived and, like molecular nanotechnology, less than 10 nanometers in size, allowing them to interact with your DNA and enhance your own genes so your body can repair itself. So why is nobody talking about them? Because Western journals dismissed much of this research as impossible. Groundbreaking studies from Professor Vladimir Khavinson, who published over 1,000 peptide studies, were buried, often published in Russia or scattered across obscure journals. Many would have been lost forever, if not for a few determined researchers keeping them alive. I spent years uncovering, translating, and compiling this buried knowledge into my Peptide Mastery course, the most comprehensive resource on peptides available online. It covers 74 peptides, including all of Khavinson's groundbreaking discoveries. This course includes my peptide table of alchemy, 60 precision peptide stacks, over 400 reference studies, along with insights from health and performance transformations in my own clients. If you're hearing this now, you're here at the perfect time. You see, I've already had one of my major podcasts, Truth or Lies, shut down without any warning. One day I woke up to several messages from people saying my podcast wouldn't load for them, and that's when I found my account had been deleted. A friend recommended a free speech platform, claiming to be a haven for banned content. Guess what happened when I uploaded my videos? I was banned. I can only guess that the owner, who had a supplement brand, didn't want my peptide content interfering with his products, so I was banned entirely. Not too long ago, I was talking with some researchers, hoping to share my passion for peptides. Unfortunately, they weren't interested in hearing what I had to say. Let me tell you a story. Imagine dedicating your entire life to studying a disease, tirelessly searching for a cure, only to find out that the potential treatment, one that shows more promise than anything you've ever seen, has existed all along. That's exactly what happened with researchers at MIT working on a cure for Alzheimer's disease. They were touting a peptide that inhibits CDK5 as a major breakthrough, and they got massive press coverage. I tried to tell them about pineolon, a peptide that's shown to be even more effective, able to regenerate dendritic spines in vitro and in genetically mutant rodents with a severe form of Alzheimer's. I even mentioned human trials where it improved cognition, and how I've used it in a 6-peptide protocol with clients who have family members suffering from late-stage Alzheimer's disease. Time and time again, we've been able to turn back the clock and restore independence to those patients. But the response? Sorry, not interested. Next, I sent hundreds of personalized emails to the press outlets covering the MIT story. explaining how the peptides I've researched and used in my clients outperform the MIT peptide. What did I get back? A price sheet starting at $20,000 if I wanted them to cover my story. I also reached out to influencers who claimed to take a stand against Big Pharma, who positioned themselves as the good guys, just trying to help. To my amazement, their response was the same: money talks. Their entire online persona was a facade. It's a harsh reality. Groundbreaking peptide research is often more advanced than what's being hailed in Western studies, yet it's rarely covered by the media. Let me give you a perfect example of this phenomenon. Remember when I said I was a former biomedical engineer? Well, I met an inventor who created a device that generates voltage from your diaphragm every time you take a breath. This revolutionary discovery could make batteries completely unnecessary for Elon Musk's Neuralink, and it could keep pacemakers charged up so that a battery does not need to be replaced in them every several years, which would require another surgery. It's already been prototyped and proven, yet when he tried to get the word out, no one was interested in covering it. But it is not just us. During my relentless search for journalists who would cover some of my stories, I met a former writer for Medium.com who was really interested in peptides. But he is no longer a writer after covering some of these Russian scientific discoveries before, and receiving threats from Medium that he would be silenced if he continues. Why is it that no one wants to cover this information out there? I do not have a perfect answer for you, besides the entire world seems to have gone crazy. This is why I've made it my mission to put my all into growing Peptide Science Institute, to make sure that all of these hidden secrets are not lost forever. And hey, if you haven't claimed the life-changing magic of peptides course yet, which is completely free by the way, and provides an amazing introduction to peptides, a PDF of their benefits, and several video modules, then you should go to peptides.link and then click on free gift. People have told me that my free course alone was more valuable than all of the other information they've come across in their research, including all of the other podcasts they have listened to on peptides, and all you gotta do is enter your email to get free access to it. I will then also be able to contact you directly should I need to share anything important, like if my channel goes down again. Hi, Brenden Henry here. If you're finding this video valuable, I highly recommend grabbing a copy of my book, Peptide Salvation. I have made absolutely sure that Peptide Salvation is the most helpful and accurate book on peptides ever written. I wrote it because over the past year, I've heard guys say, "Brenden, your peptide mastery course is too expensive, and I don't have $1,000. Well, consider this my gift to you and our gift to anyone who wants to learn about the life-changing magic of peptides. Because now you can get what is, in some ways, an upgraded version of my course, Peptide Mastery, at a fraction of the price. But that's not the only reason I wrote this book. I was looking for someone, anyone, who could share accurate, meaningful information about peptides, only to end up completely disappointed. I bought every single peptide book published on Amazon, only to find they were like primitive cave drawings, filled with incorrect science and dangerous misinformation. If you've seen our Science Check articles, you already know how other so-called experts stack up. But I have made absolutely sure Peptide Salvation is scientifically flawless, with more citations to real scientific research than any other peptide book ever published. Now to be clear, if you want bonuses, advanced protocols, and lifetime free updates, Peptide Mastery is for you. But make no mistake, aside from this, Peptide Salvation is the single best peptide resource available, bar none. Just click the link in the description to get your copy now. This has been Brenden Henry, the world's leading expert in peptide science, founder of the Peptide Science Institute, and if you've made it this far into the video, please leave a comment down below. Thank you and have a great day.